Hey guys, Tony Michaels from the SportsPickPortal.com. Gonna go over week 6 of the NFL. It's Wednesday, October 9th. So we're gonna get this in a day before the Thursday game. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Last week 10-6, not too shabby. A 45-35-1 record overall. So hopefully you guys are still cashing in on those plays. Let's get right into it. Tomorrow, Thursday, October 10th, the Giants at the New England Patriots. New England's minus 17 points here. Just found out that Barkley will not play. So if Barkley's not playing, Gallman's not playing, they got backup to backups playing. They have a rookie quarterback going. It's going to be a long night. Belichick's going to know how to dial up these plays. His defense is going to be aggressive like they've been all year. I know I don't like big point spreads, and it's a game that I actually would play. I never, ever play big point spread games. It's just too much of a risk. But in this game, there's no reason why New England Patriots shouldn't win by more than 17. That's 3 touchdowns. And I do believe that they're probably going to be in the 30 to 40 range. And it's going to be really hard for the Giants to score here. So the Patriots lock it in minus 17. Sunday, we're going to go to the 8:30 game. That is out in London. The Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Tampa Bay is the home team here in London. So we both know that there is no home team. Carolina Panthers are minus 2 here. It's a tough game here. I like what Carolina's doing. They're finding ways to win. Tampa Bay is one of these high-powered offenses that sometimes don't show up. I do believe they show up in this game. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus the 2. And hopefully it's a close game and we get the win. Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati's plus 11.5. In Baltimore, it's a division game. It's a game you usually like to take underdogs in a division game, especially this division. And since Cincinnati hasn't won a game yet, they're really going to try to knock people out of the survivor pool. If you guys are still in that survivor pool, I got 2 chances in a couple high stakes ones. And one of mine, I got to go with the Baltimore Ravens here because I didn't use them yet. But now we're talking point spreads, 11.5. I think Cincinnati could pull off a major upset here just for the simple fact that the division game hasn't won a game they should have no business winning. They do have some firepower there. Their defense hasn't looked too good, but I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals plus the 11.5. It seems like a strong play for me this week. Seattle Seahawks at the Cleveland Browns. Seattle minus 1. Everybody's going to look at what the Cleveland Browns have done, this past week. Horrible showing on Monday night to the San Francisco 49ers. They are going to be at home. They're going to have, a short rest. Seattle's been playing great. Everything points in Seattle's favor here. But I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. I'll take the 1 point. Take the home team in a must-win game here. Baltimore should win their game, so it's going to bring them farther away if they lose this game. So Cleveland in a must-win early. I do think they get the job done with this against this Seattle defense as long as they're not at home. The New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville minus 1. New Orleans has shocked me. Their defense has really stepped up since Drew Brees has went down. Teddy Bridgewater, keeping him in the game, actually looked good 2 weeks back. And this past week he looked pretty good. So this is a game here that most of the betting public's going to go with the Saints. But I know who the Saints really are. And it's just going to take a matter of time for their mistakes to be made. There's going to be interceptions in this game. Jacksonville's still got a top defense. I don't care what anybody says. And they're at home. So I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars minus 1. Actually, we're not going to do the minus 1 because I remember if you guys listen to my videos in the past, We never go anything under -3 if they're a favorite. So we'll get them at plus, or we'll get them at minus maybe 115, 120. So lock it in. We don't want to lose by the hook. Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care, what happened last week. It's unfortunate that Mahomes did get hurt. He's going to be ready to go. He's the only guy that could play with a high ankle sprain just because of his physicality. His throws were spot on. It's just they didn't dial up the offense, the correct way. He wasn't able to scramble. I do think another week rest, he will be able to. He took it light in some practices so far this week. I do think the Kansas City Chiefs could win this game pretty easily, -5. The Washington Redskins at the Miami Dolphins. There are no wins from any of these teams. So it's a game that I actually like. I like the Miami Dolphins plus the 3.5 at home. This is their Super Bowl. This is the only game on their schedule they could win. Redskins coming off firing their coach. Redskins, new coach. He's going to run the ball more, and that's going to keep the game close. And I do think the Miami Dolphins will pull off the upset, guys. So you will not go 0-16, but will Washington? Who knows? Philadelphia Eagles at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota -3 here. Both of these teams are upper echelon teams. I do expect both of them to be in the playoffs. I do like the Philadelphia Eagles here, just because I do. Wentz is a better quarterback in this matchup. Cousins has been making mistakes. Cousins was able to get a weak defense and throw the ball. This is not the case this week. So I think that Cousins will struggle again. Thielen and Diggs will be in the headlines again. And that's just bad chemistry for the team going forward. They're going to try to get Cooks involved in this one. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do what he could in the past against these weaker teams. So I do think that Philadelphia is a strong play here. The Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. Atlanta Falcons -2.5. So we're not going to take the 2.5 because it's too low of a spread. But I will take the -125, 130 on the Falcons here. Just a more high-powered offense. I know that they haven't been winning games, but it doesn't mean that they haven't been trying. I know all these teams try, but, Ryan has been throwing the most targets in the end zone out of any quarterback, and they're just not converting. Something has to give here, especially against an Arizona team that's not looking that great on defense. I do expect a blowout victory here for the Falcons. San Francisco 49ers, my team, versus the LA Rams. Hopefully the San Francisco 49ers could win this game. This is not a game I'm going to bet because I got a nice Super Bowl ticket, like I say every week, on these 49ers. And I said they're going to win the division. Hopefully you can cash in on that too. I just don't think they can win this game. The Rams need to win this game. I think that, they're going to get it figured out. They're at home. They're -3. I would take the 3 before it goes to 3.5 or 4. I hope I'm wrong. I hope San Francisco does win this game, but for your sake, I hope I'm right. Because if they do, you guys will cash in on the Rams. Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos -2.5. I like the Denver Broncos here. Tennessee is just a team that can't score. They rely so much on the run. Denver could slow down the run, guys, and I think that Flacco's finally getting into the groove. They're going to get 2 wins in a row. So let's skip the 2.5 points here. Let's take the -125, 130, whatever it's going to be. Lock it in now before it changes because Denver will get the win as my best bet of the day. And they were my best bet of the day last week too, and they pulled off a nice victory and a big upset. So come on, guys, let's ride the Denver Broncos while we can. You're not going to be saying that much this season. The Dallas Cowboys at the Jets. Let's throw that last game away for the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay Packers were a very strong play for me. It was just a matchup thing. And in this matchup, if the Jets are going to go with the quarterback, that they got going here, they can't win. They physically can't win. Their defense is good, and I really like their defense, and I said that they're going to be a top 10 defense, and they probably are. The Dallas Cowboys are mad, they're hungry, they're angry, they're going to score a lot of points. Zeke's going to be running everywhere. They're going to be throwing, passing. I expect a 40-point performance here from the Dallas Cowboys, so lock it in at 7 ASAP. Pittsburgh Steelers at the LA Chargers. LA Chargers -7. I never like to take the Chargers, especially when they're supposed to win. It never seems to work out. It didn't work out last week. But again, I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. Something has to give. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not who we thought they were. They're going to be running a third-string quarterback out there. They're not going to score a lot of points. Their defense is good, but all the Chargers have to do is play smart here. Mix the ball up. Gordon Eckler should be enough to win this game. 7 points, lock it in because that's going to go up, guys. That's another strong play. And we're going to go to Monday night. The Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay -4. I see it at 4.5 already, guys. Hurry up if you're going to bet Green Bay because I am, and I'm going to take some of my profits and I'm going to throw it on Green Bay. They're not going to lose to Detroit. Try to get the low points. I mean, maybe try to buy it down, but I think 4 is plenty. 4 or 5, -4 or 5. They should win by a touchdown at least. Stafford's been throwing the ball a lot. Rodgers hasn't been doing nothing, but they've been winning games. So that's something that you got to look at. Don't look at the numbers of the quarterback. Look at the wins of the quarterback, and that'll determine if they're a good quarterback and they're doing the right thing. They're figuring out ways to win, and Green Bay will do that in Lambeau. It's going to be a nice, cool night. They should get the victory as another strong play. This is Tony Michaels from the Sports Pick Portal. I hope you guys cash in on this Week 6, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.